We know that one thing we know by now is that the D in D.C. often stands for dysfunction because, you know, of all the stealing and bribery anyway. When the crisis strikes, there is a woman you can call, however, though it tends to be a different situation. Judy Smith's clients have included Monica Lewinsky, Michael Vick, and BP post-oil spill. And her fixing skills are the inspiration for the new ABC primetime show, Scandal. Take a gander.
How the hell are you?
I'm fine. You're late.
Hey, do you know who this is? This is the Olivia Pope. She's amazing. She works for the... Who do you work for now? White House, CIA, FBI?
Today, your mother.
Oh, crap.
She's not too thrilled about the fact that you're late for court, your first day of trial. Is this what you're looking for?
Just give me like 2 minutes, all right? Where are my pants? Oh, I don't leave the booze off first, Judge. I'll appreciate that. I know I've been hitting it pretty hard lately going out. I've just been so stressed out.
A rape charge does it to the best of us.
I didn't do it.
She is drawn from experiences like that for her new book, Good Self, Bad Self, Transforming Your Worst Qualities into Your Biggest Assets. And joining us now as our specialist, Judy, it's a pleasure.
Thank you so much. You had to show that sex example.
I mean, is that a fair, I mean, is that what we're dealing with?
No. The show, I mean, is great. You know, it takes sort of the crisis world that I live in every day and dramatizes for television. And I think Sean has done a great job with that.
Crystal, go ahead.
I'm just wondering, you know, for all those sort of maybe politicos out there, people who may have a scandal brewing, what kind of tips can you give? And do you watch like an Anthony Weiner or something like that scandal hitting and just shake your head at how poorly they handle it?
Well, I'm glad you're not in my living room because I sort of stand up and I just do a dance and I'm screaming at the TV. Yes, I do that. I think, look, some good tips, I think, for everyday folks that are facing crisis really are the same things that I would tell people in high-profile crisis is, one, you sort of have to face the music, tell the truth. That's an important concept.
So
sometimes
simple.
It escapes some of us. I think another thing that is important is you want to know the facts. And by that I mean it's not really how we want the facts to be and how we wish they were, but how they truly are. You know, how sometimes in crisis try to manipulate the facts. And I think, another thing is that, you know, when you are in trouble, you know that you screwed up, you want to apologize for it. I think the American people are very forgiving. It's just when we try to, can I say BS on the?
You can say BS. You just wouldn't expand it.
Yes. When we try to BS.
You'd have our own crisis.
No, that's right. We wouldn't want
that. Be a job for you.
Yes. When you try to be untruthful with the American public, I think people get that. Yeah.
Troy?
I mean, I love the show because we haven't seen this sort of a powerful, intelligent black woman in charge, in prime time, in a very long time, perhaps if ever. So I appreciate the show on that level.
Well, thank you.
How does one become a fixer, and how do you, gently I would say, sleep at night when you are representing people who are somewhat nefarious / evil? BP Oil, you know, Michael Vick did some evil things. He deserves a second chance, but he did some really disgusting things. So, you know, these are typically your clients. How do you...
Yeah, I think two things. Look, on the show, certainly it's, you know, I think sort of very humbling to have a show that's inspired by your life and to have a strong African-American lead. That's all good, and plus, and Carrie's amazing. On the crisis side, I do think that we all screw up and we all make mistakes. And I think that people do deserve a second shot. Now, there's some cases, for me, everybody has a personal line that I draw that I just won't take. And it's sort of like obscenity in the Supreme Court. You know it when you see it. And
so
when it doesn't,
you not take? I mean, if you take BP,
well, then I would have to tell you, and then they would know. Well, I mean, for example,
why is BP acceptable to you?
Well, let me just say this: a case like, say, what's her name? She was pregnant, and her husband was convicted of killing her and her unborn child. Do you know what I'm talking about? Yes, that I wouldn't take. that I wouldn't take. It was clear from the evidence that I saw that Lacey Peterson case that he was guilty of that, and that's not something I would do. I think when corporations, whether it's BP or corporations that we deal with on a daily basis, when corporations get into trouble, it really is a unique opportunity. It depends on how corporations use that opportunity, because it's an opportunity to really look at some of the policies and some of the practices that they have in place and give them a chance to examine them and to fix them.
Or hire a lobbyist and pay somebody off to make sure you get the regulation changed in the future so it doesn't happen, right? Which is when mining companies do that all the time. I know that a lot of the energy companies hire lobbyists just to make sure there's not all these regulations, and then it wouldn't be a scandal if you didn't have to keep people alive.
Well, look, on the lobbyist side, that's something I don't do.
No, I
yeah. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
When these scandals break,
yeah,
we always, our reaction is, how do these people think they could get away with it in the first place? And I'm wondering, in these conversations you have with them, is there this sort of self-pity of, how did this happen to me? Or, I knew I was going to get caught, and maybe it's even some sense of relief with some of these people on the personal side?
Yeah, I think it's a mixture of both. You have that sort of, I think I can handle it, I won't get caught, or the big one is that maybe it will go away and people won't find out about it. But yeah, most of the times people do want to address it and to fix it and try to move on from it in a positive way.
Yeah. Well, all the best with the show and with the book, Good Self, Bad Self. It's very nice to have you here.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much. Crystal, we'll talk to you sooner, not later. Have a wonderful weekend. Teray, we'll see you at the end of the show. Daniel, despite your name, which we discussed on Twitter, you were concerned with these names. Yeah. I would say a exceptional outing on your part, above and beyond. Right? That's right.
Nothing against you, sir. But there's a whole.
Can I help you?
No, sir.
Yeah. He was talking about BS before.
This is a rough crowd. All right,
straight ahead.